Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a Kansas City Chiefs draft review. If you do not know, this is my favorite team, so this is going to be a fun episode. We're trying to get a video out for every team before the offseason is over, so all summer should have these still coming. And if your team is before the Chiefs alphabetically, so from Jaguars, Colts, Texans, and on, video's already out, so check that out. Also, if you're a Chiefs fan, and I'd like to have a lot of you in here because I am as well, that Chiefs playlist will be in this video. Check it out. There's all kinds of Chiefs related content. And, it'll keep growing as we keep making more videos because every time, I'll put a new one in there. So, without any further ado, though, let's get into the video. So, the Chiefs, their needs on ESPN were receiver, edge, corner, running back, and inside linebacker, and they filled them all. I think receiver is definitely the biggest need, so waiting until the second round was not my choice at the time, but I think it definitely worked up. So, first off, we traded up with the Patriots for Trent McDuffie out of Washington. Now, he is a great player. I think he is probably a top 15 player in this class, maybe higher. I love him. Was a big fan of him. I just did not even think he was in the realm of possibilities. And I think he's going to be a really good player for us. I thought at first, after day one, he was going to be kind of our Tyrann Mathieu replacement because we have Juan Thornhill, who's going to, a true safety. We have Justin Reed, who I feel like is more of a true safety. And we were going to use Trent McDuffie kind of as a safety, corner kind of slot guy, but I'm not sure now with the Brian Cook pick in the second round. So I think he's just going to play boundary corner for us because L'Jarius Sneed, maybe he'll develop into a boundary corner, but he's really just a great slot guy right now. So McDuffie, a little undersized, but he is just a great boundary corner. No matter what position you play him, I think he's going to be very good, and I was super, super happy with this pick. Then with our second pick, with pick number 30, which I believe is ours, not our pick from Miami through San Francisco, was George Karlaftis from Purdue. And I will take a quick anecdote. I was just, slamming the table for George Pickens all night at the draft party I was at. So I heard George and started celebrating, and then it was Karlaftis. And I think there was a viral video of the exact same thing that happened to another Chiefs fan. So I think that was kind of hilarious. But as much as I wanted George Pickens, George Karlaftis is a great player. I didn't think we were going to draft him because he doesn't really meet our length threshold for edge rushers, but he's a really good player. I think he's going to be just a great, consistent guy because our edge room has not been great over the past few years. Frank Clark, we thought was going to solve that. We're paying him too much still, even though we reworked his contract. I thought we should have cut him. Tucker Charlton tried. Alex Okafor's been all right. Tano Passanio was not good. Breeland Speaks was not good. We have not had a true edge rusher that's really held it down since Justin Houston. So George Karlaftis, I'm hoping, can be that guy. And if he pans out, this will be a great pick. And then with our next pick, we were at 50. Could have taken George Pickens. I was so thrilled that we could have got him. And then we traded back, and he went, one or two later. But we got Skye Moore. So I'm not disappointed. Again, I was such a big George Pickens fan. If you saw my George Pickens video on, him earlier in the offseason, you know that. If you haven't seen it, also check it out. Very happy with that video. But Skye Moore, I haven't made a video on. I probably will sometime this offseason. And he's really good. So I think he's going to be a really good receiver. We can play him anywhere. He's very versatile, and I think he's going to be a great pick. Then their next pick was Brian Cook out of Cincinnati. I talked about him a little bit going into Trent McDuffie and what his role is going to be. But Brian Cook is a true safety and is a really good player, and I think there's really good value here at pretty much the bottom of round 2. And I think he's going to be a great player. Juan Thornhill might not be in the long-term plans of the team, and Justin Reed is a new addition, and we're going to see what he can do. And I think Brian Cook can end up being the future at safety. We love these kind of second-round safeties, Juan Thornhill and him. And also, second-round linebackers, again, even though we got Leo Chanel in the third this year. But Brian Cook, I like him a lot, and I think he will be a good player, a guy that I wasn't super familiar with before the draft, but a guy that I'm really excited for. Then in the third round, we got the guy who I just talked about, and that's Leo Chanel from Wisconsin. And he is so much fun to watch, and I think he's going to be really good. I thought he was going to go high round 2, honestly, and I think he would have been worth it. I did a film room on him. It might not be out yet when this video goes up, but hopefully it will be out soon. I got a ton of those on the way, but it's already done a film room on Leo Chanel. So make sure to check that out if you're a Chiefs fan or just any fan of his game or want to know more about it, because I did really dive into his best game of his career, I think, and it says a lot about what he can be in the future. I think he's just got so much potential. I think he has a higher floor than people give him credit for as well. So love this pick here. I was super excited for this with our compensatory, and I just think that was a slam dunk pick. Then in the 4th round, we got Joshua Williams, the corner from Fayetteville State. I was really hoping we'd get Tariq Woolen or Zion McCollum, but we got another small school guy who we like a lot. As much as I love Tariq Woolen as a small school, huge athletic guy. I mean, he's 6'4", but Joshua Williams 6'3", 195, and I think he's going to be, hopefully a good player. A guy I hadn't looked into much either. He really shot up the draft boards late because I saw him appearing on like the PFF mock engine and the Draft Network one as well, and there was no info on him, so I never was able to kind of see what was about him. But hopefully a really good player, and I'm going to trust the Chiefs here as they've done really well with 4th round corners, L'Jarius Sneed, and late round corners in general. Then in the 5th round, the top, we traded up to get Darian Kennard from Kentucky. Going to play right tackle, maybe slides into guard, but I don't think so. I don't think we needed a guard. I mean, this could be best player available, and I think it pretty much is. But right tackle is a bit of a question mark with Lucas Niang. Still not sure. He sat out the year for COVID, and then he got hurt. And then, Mike Rimmers is fine, but he's, getting older. So Darian Kennard could be the future right tackle. I know that's crazy for a 5th round pick, but everybody thought this was really good value. He fell farther than everyone expected, and we'll see how he can do there. He's a great athlete, and I think he's going to be great to fit in with a lot of those maulers on the Chiefs offensive line, like Trey Smith and Orlando Brown and Creed Humphrey. Then in the 7th round, they had 3 picks, and first off, they got Jalen Watson out of Washington State, just a long corner with good length, and a guy who's just hopefully they're going to develop. Special teamer probably right off the bat. I mean, not probably, he's going to be a special teamer right off the bat, and I like the pick. Again, not someone I was too familiar with before the draft, but I have no problem with it. Then we got Isaiah Pacheco out of Rutgers. I think I'm saying that right. And, I clicked on the wrong name, but Isaiah Pacheco, I think he has potential. He's playing in a really bad Rutgers offense with Bo Melton, and I think he has a lot of potential. I like this pick. And then the only thing is we got Isaiah Johnson with our last pick out of Marshall, safety, who I think is going to be fine. He's really fast and just good value here. Late, I was really hoping for Bo Melton late or Justin Ross. Bo Melton might have gone before these two, and so I was thinking maybe with the Jalen Watson pick, because I just thought he was such great value to pass up on, especially, you bring in Skye Moore, MVS, Juju, Hardman, and Bo Melton as your 5. That would have been great for me, but the Chiefs did bring in Justin Ross in free agency, or in undrafted free agency, and I would like to shout out that a little bit because I think that was a great ad as well. But both these 2 last picks, solid, and we're going to wrap it up now. I thought this was a great draft from the Chiefs. I think this is one of the best drafts in the league. Trent McDuffie is going to be, hopefully, if these guys play how we expect them to play, I think these top 5 guys are all going to be starters and quality starters at that, some even more. Like McDuffie could develop and be one of the best corners in the league if he, hits his ceiling. Same with Karlaftis as an edge rusher. Same with Skye Moore as a receiver. Same with Brian Cook. Same with Leo Chanel. Like all these guys, and Joshua Williams obviously and Darian Kennard have great potential as well. But these guys in day 1 and 2 can all blossom into stars, in my opinion. Will they all? The odds say no. I'm gonna probably say no. They're not all gonna blossom. But all these guys I think are really good, and I'm super happy getting them all at their value. Of course, would have loved George Pickens and would have loved Bo Melton down the board, because just 2 guys that I loved all this draft season would have been fun to get. But this is a great draft for the Chiefs, and Chiefs fans, other Chiefs fans, let me know what you think of it. And thank you for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.